Hey you folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to the Concrete Jungle, which is a name that might be slightly out of sync with the tone of the game here. Concrete Jungle is a wonderful little city builder, deck builder, kind of puzzly kind of game. It's very hard to describe, actually, but it's quite compelling, lovely to look at, great sound, just a very zen game that is played in... not in real time or anything like that, so you've got all the time in the world to think about your little puzzle moves. It makes me think of playing like a solitaire game or something. It's hard to describe. We're just going to have to show it. I will give a shout out to the producers of the game for including this little option in here in the gameplay. It is so nice because it's such a pain when you cover a game and you put it on YouTube or you stream it, and then all of a sudden the whole video gets flagged because of the way the music was licensed for the game. So by doing this, hopefully we won't have any issues on the YouTube. The actual menu is relatively simple and sparse. Nice to have the customizable controls over here. There is a campaign mode over here that doubles as a tutorial. You can see I haven't played that much. This is just a sort of an early impressions of the game itself, so I've done a handful of the tutorials. And now what I'm going to do is go into custom game and just play the solo game experience. You can see there is a multiplayer game over here, where it allows you to play with or against up to 4 players, which includes AI and local multiplayer. I don't believe there's any internet-based multiplayer. It's all local multiplayer over here. There's a classic mode, which is just like solo, but doesn't have deck building, and then you can load your save game. So let's go ahead into the solo mode, and we can look into what some of the deck building kind of is. So this might be a little hard to explain before we get into the game, so I'll just do a very quick overview. We can see we can change our starting 12 cards that we're going to have to play with over here, and there's quite a few different options, including quite a few things that are locked away currently. But you can tune it. For example, maybe I don't want 2 wholesalers in my deck. Maybe I only want the 1 wholesaler and the 1 factory, and then I want to be able to start with a green in my deck, which is sort of like a little park or an open green area next to my that you can use to boost your stuff. So there's a lot of stuff. It is separated by levels. You can filter by different things, which is very handy. And we'll go with this deck. We'll go ahead and start the solo mode. So here is the gameplay area. It's divided into sort of rows and columns, and it's very simple. In each one of these rows over here, you need to get 3, because our target right now is 3. We need to get 3 value worth of points to clear this row. It's sort of, now all of a sudden we're talking about something that's kind of like Tetris. This game is very hard to describe. And actually, the first couple of cards I get to play with here are not going to be terribly informative. So this is my current hand of cards, but I can only play from the first 2 cards. And then these will cycle upwards. So I can see what's coming, and I can see what I have access to right now. I am going to go ahead and start with a wholesaler. Now, the wholesaler is interesting because it doesn't score points, and it has all these red squares. Red squares actually lower the value of other squares. You can see this square here is now worth -1 points, which is bad. Well, what's the value of this card? Well, it has 3 development or economy points over here at the top. Every time, currently, if I get up to 5, I'm 3 at 5. If I get to 5, I will be able to add a new card to my deck or unlock a new special ability, which is kind of awesome. Down here, we've got our the requirements panel. Basically, the expenses that our city budget has accrued to date. Most buildings will have one. You can see on the card here, the restaurant would have a requirement of 3 and a sort of a development or profit column of 1. So 1 to the good, 3 to the bad. I mentioned that to clear one of these rows, we need 3 points, 3 value worth of houses to cash this in. Well, if this gets to 60, that number will go to 4, but only for new rows. It doesn't change the existing ones, so you still have a certain amount of leeway there. So it's quite nice to get things with the high yellow bits to start off with, because you do unlock more stuff. But let's see if we can work out the value. These house cards here, they collect points. This is your primary way of actually scoring. So we can assume that, well, we're going to have a house, let's say we're going to plan on putting a house here and another one here, which means we can put the car wash right here. It'll add 1 to the value of both the tiles here, subtract 1 over there, but I can put a house, say, here, and another one here. Now the value of this row is up to 2, and if I plop down a shop maybe right here, it'll increase the value of that house to 2, which increases the row to 3, and we cash in the row. Now you may or may not want to cash in the row super quickly. For example, it may have actually been really good for me to put a restaurant on that first row to make it easier to cash in this one. for example. But it's a little late for that. So let's go ahead and prep a couple of houses over here, and hopefully we'll be able to do something for those. We'll have a factory that I'm going to shove over here in the corner, and that will give me enough points to purchase a card. So there's a card shop and a skills shop. These skills are things that tend to be a one-shot, as far as I can tell. So for example, this will discard my entire hand and will dump the current column, which is a good thing to do if you're stuck. We're going to hold off from there. In fact, you might want to always save 1 point around, so you can always grab that if you're stuck. There's the Royale with cheese, which would add an art house cinema to your hand, or to your deck, which is actually really, really quite good. There's also the finer things, which replaces one of my cards with a gazebo card, which is also nice. For example, if I'm not worried about making as many development points as before, I could go and dump one of these factories or wholesalers, which are quite bad for making points, in favor of getting finer things. There's also this here, which is the tech level, which every time you hit one of these benchmarks, it'll do something. So adds a houses card to your deck, more houses, more houses. And I believe you need to reach a certain level over here to be able to unlock these. So I might just want to add a new card to my deck. Now, there's a few options here. What's notable is some of these repeat and some don't. Renovation over here does not repeat, whereas Trailer Park, because it's got the arrow over here, does. So far in my deck, I have the green residential cards and blue commercial cards, some orange industrial ones, and the yellow sort of, I don't know, park, I guess? I'm not sure. You've also got a new type of, I don't know, wilderness or field cards over here, the granary and the farmland, and they actually work pretty well as blocks together, which we haven't talked about yet. And I might want to start building this up. In particular, the farmland is interesting because it actually gives you -1 of the requirements, while also leveling up the value of your entire block. So I'm going to go for an early farmlands play over here. We'll see if that works out. I'm not sure. So I've spent that point. That's good. Let's go ahead and maybe I'll put down a green over there. So now I've got 1 value here. Notice the -1 from this does not factor in. Only the points that have tiles that say collect points matter. So in this case, only the houses, for example. I'll be able to put a supermarket to cover these 2 tiles, which will complete that, which will be nice. So with that in mind, let me go and actually stick a restaurant in here to help out with the next lane. And now my supermarket, I'll dump here. Let me +1 here, +1 here. That'll come out to 3, which allows me to clear that tile, or that row, which is nice. We're going to go ahead and we could just put a bunch of houses down here, and that will complete that row. So what I might do is just work on sort of considering the next block over here. We'll prep things with some extra shops, for example. This farmland right now is not terribly useful because the blocks have to match a color, and I don't have this teal stuff yet. So I'm going to put it way off in the distance. We'll get to it at some point in the future. I could dump a house. Actually, I could dump a bunch of houses there. Let me get this wholesaler down. We'll put it over here because I'm not planning on putting houses on those tiles anyway. It'll give me a little bit of extra development, which is nice. And then we'll start plopping down some houses. 1, 2. The car wash I could put here, which will allow me to just put down the 2 houses there and complete that. On the other hand, I might want to think about the next level. If I do this, it'll be easier to complete the next level. How am I going to get an extra point on this row, though? You know what? Let's go ahead. We'll put the car wash down there. That's fine. We'll put a house and another house. And you'll notice that even though I'm at 3 here, it doesn't clear this row away. It only clears the first row. Oh, I done goofed. This car wash gave a -1 over here, which means I can no longer complete the row as is. There's a few different ways around it. I think the easy way might just be to put... see, I'll need a lot of house cards to finish this. Now, the house cards do recycle, so I'll get to them again soon. It's a bit cumbersome. For now, I'm actually going to go ahead and dump another wholesaler down here. And work on the farm over here. You see, because they're the similar type of colored tiles, they will form what's called a block over here. The green is an alternative for the house that can help us. And then we've got the supermarket. That's a little bit of a waste, I think. Let me do that, then as long as I put a house there and there, I'll be fine. For my supermarket, I don't want to do that. This is safe. Let me do that with my supermarket. The factory I can put here and also be very safe. It also forms a block of factories there, which is interesting. Gives me more development points. I actually have 3 points to spend over here. Do I want to force the hand? No. I think I actually want to level up and maybe add some more houses. And ideally things that repeat. The renovation is cool. It just gives +1 to a specific tile. But again, it doesn't repeat, so it's a little bit harsh to deal with. Silos. I actually don't know what this symbol means. I haven't seen this before. I haven't done everything in the game yet, so an early first impressions. Get a little bit of development, and it gives -1/-1, but this skyscraper icon must mean something. And I don't know what it is. Let's get a school. It repeats, and it gives a lot of good perks for later. There we go. Farmhouse is what I'm looking for, which is a green or teal collects point card, and I want that sort of thing. Community hall is also quite cool. It doesn't repeat, but it's very potent. +1 to selected point collecting tiles. So it looks like the bus station can give you +1 anywhere. It doesn't repeat, but it's interesting. It's very interesting. I tend to like things that repeat, although it might be worth dropping 1 food processing plant somewhere if we've got spot for it. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. What's the worst that could happen? Okay. If I do this, then I'll never be able to complete the next level, actually. I've got to really pay attention to this row here, which is sort of in a tough spot. Let's assist it by doing one of those. I mean, I know it cancels out some of the other things that I put down, but it's not the end of the world. I could put a shop here. And then how do we get the extra +1? Well, I might get a +1 here, and I could get something that does adjacency over here, which wouldn't be too bad. A house. Put you down there. This is going to be another tough level. Go and do that and start building some stuff up here. We might get a bit stuck. Okay. Let's go ahead and clear this. There's no reason not to, since it's otherwise complete. Now, that's an excellent question. Is where do we put this food processing plant down? That'll still give a lot of penalties over there, but these tiles don't actually collect points. I think that's safe to do, and yes, lots of development. I'll save that point. There's a collect here, which is worth 2 points because of the fields, which is a little unintuitive there, but it does work. I could prep with a shop, but let's start working on things down here. So we'll get a level 2 there, which is pretty good. This would be an excellent spot for a school. Doesn't help my bottom row, but it helps the next 2 in a pretty conceivable or pretty notable way. Do I put a house here and then a shop? No, I don't want to do that. I really am going to want houses there. Farmland, +1 to block. Oh, I can't use it yet. I gotta wait a bit more. A wholesaler would ruin that tile a bit. I can do that. It's not too bad, because this is not a point collecting tile. So, if I do this, boom, there we go. We do indeed get the block there, which is nice. We will want a house there, obviously. Now, I gotta really figure out how I'm gonna get the last few points. Greens are nice. Shops are nice. But how do I get a point over here? Can I get a card? Oh, a library I think would help. Let's get a library in our deck. Office tower. Yeah, see, it counts as... There's something with these office towers that I haven't seen yet because I didn't go far enough in the tutorial. Again, as an emergency, I could use that. Let's go ahead and unlock the office tower. Get it added to the deck. Does it repeat? It does repeat. Alright. I'll go and put a shop down there. And we need to start considering this level over here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put a house and a house, get a car wash, which will come up at some point. I could start a new block of farm stuff over in this side. Let's go ahead and do that. Office tower. +4. Yeah, it gave me an extra card of some kind. Tourism Bureau. Ooh, and +1 purchase? I think that will give me, once I use it, an extra card access over here instead of just 2. So that'll be quite nice. Alright, let's grab our library, put it down there, which will finally complete that row. The next row will also complete because there's already 3 on there. It would be very easy to complete this. I guess I will do that. I'll put a house here, put a green here like that. Actually, I won't complete it quite yet, but that will be the plan. Just in case I want to put something else in one of these tiles, for example. That's a farmhouse. So I'll just dump a house, say, on this level over here. I could complete this level with the... Yeah, that's right, but I don't want to. Let's go and work on a block over here. So this gives me +1 purchase. So I think if I do this... I guess I could also put it down here. Complete that level, which I think is fine. Oh, it's one of these! A purchase over here. It doesn't give me an extra card. There is a thing that does that. Select up to 2 cards to give to another player / discard. No, I'll pass. Delete a card from the build list is handy, but I'll pass. Another farmhouse. I don't think I need multiple farmhouses. I think I want more like farmland options. Animal refuge gives +1 to selected block. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. This wholesaler I sort of need to dump. So we'll do that, which gives me some extra purchase progress. You'll notice this block here, we did get to the level 4, so this block will need 4 points to complete. I could complete this with a supermarket. It does hose a lot of tiles in the next layer, though, and we got to consider how we're going to beat the next layer. Alright, let's just complete this one. That one will complete as well. Now, I can toggle these back on. I don't think I can still build there. I think it's just for show. Yeah, okay. But you can see the town that you've built so far, which is kind of a nice touch. So... Then how do I improve this? How do I not screw the next level? Maybe I'll do this, because there's already some negatives there. What else could I do? Start putting down some houses. That was a farmhouse, right? So this won't actually create a block. But maybe I can build a block of houses. Alright, let's do one of those. If I can get a few more development points, I can get the thing that kills a row. Maybe I'll plan around that. I will plan around that. Be nice to bump this, but let's do this. Put a factory down here. I don't have a block yet. Car wash. Do one of those. Need to collect another point, which is going to happen as soon as we put down a house. Then put down this. Start working on the next level. So that'll be there. There's 2. This will bring this up to 3, which is also nice. Happens to create a block as well, but we don't care about that. I can pretty easily build a block over here and then give it +1 value with the animal refuge, assuming that works the way that I think it does. If not... Because, yeah, I don't think it connects to a block. I think you select a block afterwards. So, put down a house there, and then give +1 to the selected block. That'll go to a 2 and a 1, which will complete the thing. So I will build a green here to go there, and we'll improve things. Let me do that. So I don't think it matters where I put this. This row is going to go away. So if I do this... All those houses go +1 in level. Nice. I can put this wholesaler down here because it's not going to screw up any of my blocks, which is nice. Farmland. Is this not farm? Oh no, that was a green. That's right. Let's put a farmland over there. I suppose a house over here, which happens to have a big block too, if we had something that could buff that. These office towers, they do give you a lot of development at the risk of a little bit of upkeep, but I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I'm going to stuff you there. You know what, let's go ahead. Oh, and it'll actually create a little bit of a block there. There must be other cards for it. What can we get? +1 to expenditure threshold for each other building on the block. think it'll make us gain fewer points. +5 economy, which is the yellow, or +2 block stuff. Animal refuge, oh, is a one-shot. Let's get another one of those. And then, is it time to force the hand? What's our current hand looking like? No, not quite yet. Hoping to make that a farm level, although we can still do a little bit of this. There we go. Farmhouse there. Animal refuge, we can save that. Do that, drop another house there. Do this to neutralize that, and then we'll try to fix it. Oh, I forget, we need 4 over here now. Oh no, I'm playing it wrong. Oh, crap, 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 crap. We need 4 points over here. Get a little development. Upgrading something to a gazebo would be nice. I don't think we want any more factories and wholesalers. Let's actually go ahead and replace that over there. And the factory as well. Give us a lot more +1 options. Or +2 options at this point, actually. Okay. Oh, and I need to make sure... Shoot, and I need 8 development points. Well, obviously we're going to build an office tower. Now, these two only need 3, so they're actually good right now. Oh, that's farmland. Forget I can't click on things lower down. That'll be a 4, which is fine. That'll make that a 4. There we go. Office tower over here. Give me some extra development points. This will be fine, because we can put a gazebo north of this house once we get there. I guess I'm just going to actually trash my animal refuge, which is pretty terrible. Although that's a block. Can I do that? And will that add value there? I don't think so. I think it'll only do the 1. Yeah, because it's collecting. It doesn't help as much as I would have liked. And it's not development points. Do one of those. Dump a random shop somewhere. And I actually won't get development points for a while. I guess, you know what? We're just going to force the clear there. We'll lose a life, but that's okay. Could have done that sooner. So we're going to go and clear all these rows now. So you do lose a life whenever you want to trash a thing, unless you use that ability, which is what I was hoping to do. Alright. We still have a green right here in the deck, so we'd like to use a green there if we can. So let's go ahead and make a block of houses, say this way. Use that green there. Good. Oh, yeah. Restaurant. But we need to make sure we can improve that tile. Let's do that. Make another block over here. Just need something that adds to a bunch of blocks. And then we'll be in pretty good shape. I can't actually continue these blocks anymore, but I can put that there. And the farmland doesn't add to the green block. It only adds to farmland block. Well, I guess we can put another house down here. That might be the easiest thing to do. I'm too focused on the one block. Let's go ahead and drop an office tower down. It's getting very close to more development, though. Maybe too close, actually. Car wash like this will complete that level. Now we need level 5 columns, which is probably going to be the death of me. Supermarket and this. Do that, which completes that level. Drop a house down there. And yeah, I can build the block this way as well. But I think I'll go ahead and just make a line of farmland. Because that way it'll sort of purge itself at the same time, and that's probably pretty easy to deal with. Yeah, I should have put a restaurant in that little thing again. I keep dumping my blocks too quickly. Let's wait on that. Office tower, I'm just going to put you way over here. More cards. Oh, the sculpture is nice. That's right. It repeats as well. Put that in my deck. This does not repeat. Nor does that. So the sculpture is really strong. Oh, the art house cinema. Discard a card. You play it, you discard a card from your build list, but it repeats and it does level things up pretty good. So that'll be a nice one to draw once we get there. So we already have enough stuff there. Let me put that there. We can put a school in between, and that'll be a pretty good tile. Actually, if I put a shop here... Okay, I don't want to put the school down too fast. I want to make sure to develop my other levels this time. If I do that, it's unnecessary. If I do that, it actually screws me up. This is fine, though. Where am I going to put the art house cinema? And do I want to discard something from my list right now? Not really. I think I can go ahead and just put the school here then. Complete that level, and the next one. Alright, this is going to be a little more tricky. Oops. Oh yeah, choose something to discard. Just discard a house for now. Put another house down here. Work on a sculpture there. Few there, go gazebo that way. Oh, I didn't realize that was completing the level. Okay, well that's fine, I suppose. Oh, because this still needed... It needs 4. That goes there, which means we can put a house there and complete it. Do I want to? We could wait a little bit longer. I'll complete that. And we gotta think about this level here. Something like this. House, house. Yeah, I guess I got rid of my factories and warehouses, so I don't have to worry about saving these levels quite as much as I did before. There we go. Level 4 goes at the same time. Build a little shop there. Start working on a new farmhouse block, which I'll put somewhere off way over there. Till we get all the stuff. House will go there. Restaurant, I think, would fit very nicely here. Let me do this, because it'll be easier to put a green over here and finish this level if I want. Do that. Alright, we need 1 extra point. Although we're still there. Farmhouse, that's going to develop over there. Car wash, right, because we need 2 more points over here. I'm going to need another gazebo going on. Well, so I could car wash and then shop right over here, which completes that level, which is fine. Need 1 point here, which I can do simply by putting down a house over there. So we're going to focus on... I'll put down the office tower, get some more development points. I'm curious about these office towers, see if there's more stuff that'll combo with them, because I hadn't seen them before. Farmland. Go there. Increase that value. Restaurant here is safe. We don't have any points on this next level yet, but the sculpture will help that considerably. So I may as well do this, which will complete this level. And then maybe something like this, which will make the next levels easier. I don't want to put down the office tower quite yet. Put the art house cinema down here. And actually, I'm going to dump the office tower, because I want to delay the point increase of the next one. And right now I'd like to prioritize, I think, putting down some more houses. We definitely need some more pluses down here, though. Because obviously these are going to be house tiles here. So I think what I'll do is I'll plan on putting a gazebo right there. Do we need another gazebo? Well, we need another +1 of some kind. Did I replace the greens? No, I still have one in there. Just not coming up right now. Put the shop there. House there. Because I would like a green to finish that level off. That would be the best. Currently not a good place for the supermarket. That would give me the +1 there. Actually, that's not too bad. That we can deal with. Something like that. May as well put the house down here now. Block size economy bonus. Oh, I didn't realize that. For clearing large blocks, you get free economy points. Fire station. Oh, fire station's cool. It does the entire row, but it's a one-shot. Tourism bureau. Right, gives you an extra purchase over here, which is pretty good. It is got a very high upkeep. You know what? An I'm Spectacular is a great thing to have in our deck, I think. School, let's put that there. I guess we can build another farmhouse level. Wow, this farmland really does stack up really beautifully. If you keep sort of comboing that at stretching it out. It's really nice. It's actually going to be a pretty easy time. I guess I can put this here. Then we know what we need is we need a house there, maybe, to finish it off. But I do have to worry about the next level as well. Maybe I'll put a green for there. And a car wash there. That'll work. And a supermarket can go... Just put a row of houses down? That's not what I want. Not like this. +1 to... Oh, no! Now I need 6s! Oh, I'm never going to pull this off. Oh, this is the win condition right here. This is the end. Oh, thank God. Okay. So, let's work on that. Is there anything I want to dump there? You know what? Let's dump the office tower there. Put that there. Ready with another shop there. House that. I'm going to delay that house. Put one down there. Office tower in this corner. Then house that. Does give me an extra purchase. Let's get one into the deck right away. Here, another I'm Spectacular, which is going to help us finish things. I guess we only need the one last row. And I will discard, say, the farmland, since I'm not doing another farming row. And I just have to wait until... Well, actually, I can do this! Which I believe ends the area! We win! And there you go, you get experience points, which unlocks more cards on your account. And the higher level cards tend to just be like more complex, more weird combos, more weird mechanics and synergy types. So the level up function is sort of a gating towards unlocking things that might be too complex, for example, right? So I don't know what these are. Level 18! It's probably a really good one, I have no idea. Here's a way, I thought... Oh, once you're in the game, you can find out what level the cards are. If we... Let's say we just start one here. And if I just right-click on something... I thought it was telling me the level of the card. I guess it just gives me some... Oh, well, those are basics, right? And if we went in here... Oh, it's not even going to present me the cards. Ah, well, that's disappointing. I thought it might. So, exit, no save. So there we go, there's a quick look at Concrete Jungle. The campaign does have a delightful storyline with some nice voice acting, actually, that didn't bother me at all, which I'm usually pretty sensitive about voice acting. And, yeah, we've got, you know, game stats, which is not particularly exciting right now. The game is not yet been released at the time that I am playing it. So, oh, Youth Club. Yeah, I haven't actually played with one of these yet. Draw an additional 2 cards. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Concrete Jungle. You'll be able to find links down below to see where you can get it. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.